believe me, there was a lot of people shitting on him.
To me, it always looks dirty.
So it's been a little over a year now since I went ahead and made the decision to go ahead and get a very visible spot on my body tattooed. Now this was a big life decision that left a lot of my family and friends shocked, but mainly it left my parents a little disappointed in me and questioning the hell out of my future. Now I have learned a lot in this first year from having my hand tattoo, and I will be talking all about it. And then also I will mention a few things that you need to watch out for yourself when you think about going ahead and getting a hand tattoo. And then finally we will hear from my parents and a couple others on how they feel about my hand tattoo now that a year has passed. So now let's ask the big question. Justin, what has it been like having and living with the hand tattoo for 1 full year? And well, the honest answer I got for you guys, it's been pretty fucking great. I honestly love my hand tattoo so much, guys, and I do not regret a single thing. I honestly catch myself just staring at it sometimes thinking, damn, this is my hand, this is my tattoo. So the first thing that I like and honestly love about having this hand tattoo now for over a year is the design that we went with. Now this is, yes, a very common Rose Cathedral design that a lot of people use, but I rarely ever see a Rose Cathedral design on a hand tattoo, especially this one. So I feel that just makes it so much more unique, and the fact that we went down and brought it to the second knuckles and it has kind of like a gym glove look to it now just makes it that much more different, and in my eyes makes it more special and something that I just love because you don't really see it out there too much. The next thing that I really love about this hand tattoo is it makes the whole sleeve that I have look so much more complete, and the way that I was able to blend in, it just looks like it was there to begin with, and that was just a part of the whole sleeve from the whole design. The next thing that I really like about having this hand tattoo, and I've realized over the year now, is that the fact that I've never once looked at it and said this is the wrong choice, or I should have put something else there, or maybe I should have done this design instead. No, I have not questioned this design, this tattoo once since having it, and that is just a big sense of relief off my shoulders in terms of having no regret on it. I look at it every time and I think, nope, this is exactly what was meant to be there. Now the next thing I do enjoy is getting compliments on it. I do get this quite a lot, and not the fact that, it obviously, boosts your self-esteem up a little bit, confidence a bit more than anything. It's in an area that people consider a job stopper or, too much. So having people really see this tattoo in this area and really complimenting it just means so much to me in terms of the area and the tattoo and the choice that I made and how it looks overall. Now the next thing that I like, and this was a word from Brandon when he was telling me when I was getting my hand tattoo, and that is you start to feel more like a badass, hardcore, bad boy kind of vibes with a hand tattoo. And I didn't believe it until I had it, and now after a year looking back, I definitely agree with him. And who doesn't like to feel like that in some ways sometimes? So you definitely will feel like that if you have a hand tattoo. But more than anything, and why I like / love having a hand tattoo is that it's in such a visible place, and you're not going to see any area more than your hands. So you get to see this all the time, and you really get to just appreciate it so much. And that's like my biggest thing. Again, I always get to look down and be like, damn, that is awesome. Now I might be adding even more onto this hand by bringing it down a bit more to the fingers. So if you like that idea, go ahead and like the video and show me your support in that way. So now let's talk about some of my dislikes that I have seen and realized now that a year has passed. And you guys are going to really want to pay close attention to these points. They are going to be cons / dislikes that you are probably going to come into and realize when you go ahead and consider and get a hand tattoo for yourself. So pay close attention. So the first dislike that I have for having a hand tattoo is hearing these constant quotes over and over again that are, aren't you worried this is going to ruin your future job opportunities? Or, people aren't going to take you seriously now with a hand tattoo, or, that tattoo is going to look like a blob in a couple of years. So it's like, you hear things over and over again. They start to get a little bit annoying, and you really got to really start tuning them out as best you can. So that's just something I really don't like. It's just always hearing that constant shit over and over again. So another dislike that I have, and this is kind of towards the design of the tattoo that I have specifically and that I've realized over the year, is that people tend to mistake this a lot for something else, like a mandala or like a geometric design. And I totally understand where people are coming from. I see it for myself sometimes, but who likes to have the tattoo that they have kind of being called something else? It kind of feels like you're just diminishing the tattoo a little bit in some way. Although I understand them completely, this is one thing I dislike as well. So another dislike that I have, and this is probably one of the bigger ones that I have towards the hand tattoo now looking back over the year, is the fact that it takes a very long time to get the hand to look how you wanted it to. Now if you do what I did in terms of full coverage like this, you might need 2 to 3 touch-ups and going under that needle, more pain, and spending again all that time waiting to get it to how you want it to look before that ink sits nicely. If you do the top, then you might only need 1 small touch-up done, but it does take a long time to heal, and then also spending all that time looking at it throughout all those initial months thinking it could look a little bit better, and then having to go under the needle to pack in more ink until it looks how you kind of want it to look, and where I'm at right now. So now let's talk about my biggest dislike that I have towards a hand tattoo, what I've realized over the year, and that is the fact that I'm much more cautious and honestly a little scared to use my hand for certain things. Before I had my hand tattoo, I did whatever, put my hands in anything that I wanted, banged them up against things, didn't give a fuck about them. But now that I have the hand tattoo on it, I am just much more cautious in terms of what I do. And yes, I know I take things to the extreme, and some may say overkill, but I want my tattoos to look their absolute best 10, 20 years down the line. And your hand is going to get beat down more than any other area. It's going to get knocked up against things. You're going to scratch it. You're going to cut it. It's going to get beat down by the sun. I've seen hand tattoos that are neglected and they look like shit after a couple years. I don't want that for mine. Now, there are a few more things that I want to mention that I have realized from having a hand tattoo over the year. The first one is strangers and the reactions I would get from them. A lot of people love my hand tattoo. I think they appreciate quality more than anything. I get compliments all the time from it. I get people just asking about it, and I love kind of informing people on it and changing their minds about it. And if you are good at kind of talking with people, it can act as a great conversational starter because somebody will come up to you, ask you about it, and there you can go a quick conversation. You may be able to make a couple more friends from it. The next thing is in terms of job opportunities, at least for me, at least, and where I am in terms of where I work, people above me in positions that I'm able to get into and work towards have visible tattoos, have hand tattoos as well. So I don't see it being a problem for me working and getting into those positions as well. And for what I really want to get into in my future endeavors, I don't see that affecting it as well either. So that job stopper name that it has, at least for me, it doesn't seem to be a problem at all. And the biggest thing that I've taken away from having my hand tattoo for over the year is the fact that there has not been any kind of negative side effects from it. In reality, I look at it as honestly a positive thing because it's been able to create conversations with people. You know, it's boosted my self-esteem up a bit more in terms of confidence. You know, like, yeah, it's nice to get complimented on the design that you have in terms of what you chose, what you did, in terms of, you know, all those people saying, oh, that's a bad idea. And in reality, you get complimented for it. So, you know, it's been good in that way. I haven't had any negative feedback from a lot of people, at least that I know of. Yes, I get some compliments from people online saying they don't like it, but again, you're not going to please everybody with the designs that you go with. So, you know, I thought this was going to be more of a negative kind of thing towards my life, but in reality, it's been a positive thing. So to anybody else out there thinking about a hand tattoo, you know, as long as it fits your future goals, maybe think about it for yourself. But now let's hear from my parents and a couple others on how they look at me and my tattoo now that it has been over a year. How do you feel about my hand tattoo after a year?
Same way I felt about it when you got it.
But you didn't mind it too much when I got it.
I don't mind it now.
To me, it always looks dirty.
Really?
Yeah, it looks dirty. It's been a year and I still don't agree with it. If I shake a hand that's tattooed like that, I feel uncomfortable because it feels dirty. I think that if you ask me the question in a year, I'll still have the same answer. I don't agree with that.
Okay, you like it.
I think that this was a great choice, and I'm happy he did not listen to a lot of people because believe me, there was a lot of people shitting on him, thinking it was going to prevent him from having opportunities. At first, I'm not going to lie, I legitimately thought that he had a glove on. That's what it looked like, just because of where it was cut off on the fingers. But you get accustomed to a person. Don't care what people think in life. If it makes you happy, do it. And I could not imagine him without it now. It's what he wants, and it's what makes him happy. So who cares?
It's not like shocking anymore.
Would be
The
too
first
much.
day, I'm sure it was, because it was, you know, I was used to you just having it kind of up to here, to your wrist. Eventually, you lose the reaction, right? You get used to the person as they evolve. Now I just see it as part of you.
Now I want you guys to do me a favor, and that is if you enjoy me, enjoy the video, go ahead and subscribe, join the community so you are here for my other hand when I get that done later in the year. I also have my ass in the back of the head tattoo, which is coming later in the year as well. And then also you will be here for my whole journey towards getting my whole body done. Finally, go ahead and watch this video. It is of the 12 reasons to not get a hand tattoo. And then also go and watch this video of me getting my hand tattoo and everybody saying that I am ruining my life.